Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. It's that time of year again. Our very own elves, Sharon, Bunn, and Carol Henderson. You all have been all over the city. I've seen you in the news. You were with Nicole with Morning News. The Ledger covered you, and you're out there bringing Christmas joy. I'm glad I'm not on this team. I don't have the energy to be on Sharon's team because I'm sure she will not let you and Jean sleep.
Oh, no.
This is her love of her life, and you all are working on this all year long. So Sharon, this is your baby. So how do you prepare for this every year? Because I know you spend a lot of your own personal money, and that's just your way because you came from that type of family of giving back.
Well, my mom and dad always taught us to save, but Carol was the saver and I was the spender. Until I got older, and I realized things were more important to do for other people, not just for yourself. So about 18 years ago, I started taking toys down to our church and doing Toyland and just have really thoroughly enjoyed it. I save my dividend checks, I save my Social Security checks because I don't have nothing else to spend it on, so I save it and do this at Christmas time. Because my trademark at the hospital when we go to Piedmont are the Rudolphs, the dogs, and the Elves. So I'm keeping that trademark going, but it's hard to get the little Rudolphs now. They're getting smaller and they're harder to find. But I've been lucky. I've been looking for 2 or 3 months and trying to find some because it takes a lot of work to just try to locate these and order them online.
And you're so particular, you all are. You want a certain quality. Because some of the stuff that's made, the stuff on the inside of it is cheaply done. It's not safe for kids. But you have that consistent quality that you're looking for. It has to be a certain elf, a certain Rudolph, and a certain dog, and you use it for therapeutic.
Well, the little dogs to me is like therapy. You know, they give cheers to all the little kids. They love them. And, you know, you can't take a dog in the hospital. You can, but it's got to be trained, and this dog don't have to be trained, so he can be a therapy dog.
Yeah, it's not that type of service dog, but it is a dog that will bring joy. Actually, I saw the interview that you all had, the Ledger, and they put it online. And you had the little white puppy here, and the child was in the bed sick, and the parent was there, and you turn it on, and it just danced all over the bed, and just the face of the child. It was so much joy.
And that's why I like going to the hospitals, because I want people to know that it is sick kids. It's parents that's having bills on top of bills, medical bills, and, you know, I have to give WLTZ and you and Nicole a lot of credit because y'all have helped us get the word out about the sick kids. That's what's important to me, is get the word out about the sick kids. And other stations all want to talk about the shootings and the robberies. And, you know, this time of year, let's talk about cheering, what people are doing and how
you want to bring joy and happiness where you can. Because we know what the troubles of the world, and we have plenty troubles of the world.
And they're trying to keep people updated, and I understand that, but you know, just
a little Christmas cheer.
Just because I don't want to just show myself off, I just want to get the word out and be seen to let people know. Save $1 or $2 a week and buy a toy and make a purpose.
Each one reach one. You want other folks. You want this to multiply. You want not just you, Carol, and Jean, your family. You want other folks to start reaching out to the sick kids, those in the nursing homes, and kids that have been abused and living in foster care and things like that.
I always, since Mama passed away, I've always sponsored a girl at Ann Elizabeth Shepherd home because she was raised in there 18 years.
Okay, Ann Elizabeth Shepherd's home. And that's a part of your story, as well as your dad with that barrel, which you're making you give back, that nice teddy bear you always talk about. But your mom grew up in a foster care situation or a girls group home.
They couldn't leave the home. They couldn't go out. Once in a while, some people would go take them things and spend some time with them, but Mother always gave, when she worked at Grant, they always gave her the candy that was left over at Easter or Halloween or Christmas, and toys that they felt like the girls could use in the home. Mothers took us every Christmas, especially Christmas. It was a beautiful tree in there that somebody had decorated. And it was just so many girls were so happy that Mama came out there just to show them love with something special for them.
And she didn't forget because she had been in that situation. And so that's why you all are such givers. And I tell folks who've never had the pleasure of going to your immaculate house, it's clean, you can eat off the floor, but I've seen you just bake hundreds of pies for people. And then you'll deliver that group and you're baking some more. And I'm like, really? So that's why I know I can't be on this team, because I would be on the sofa.
You'd probably be a little disappointed. I got a tree up. I got 2 trees up and a little decoration. I don't have it like Toyland this year because with this problem I'm having with my arm, I don't have the energy. It just wears me out. And just lifting stuff or putting stuff back.
We had Toyland in my living room though this year.
Oh, well, and then
$2,000
before,
worth of toys she
really? Last year you had all of those tricycles and everything in your living room,
it was
and the dolls
more
too.
this year. I've had
More?
Yes, we got to try to take it all over to Davis.
So y'all are
Broadcasting.
doing the Needy Children Christmas party with David's Broadcasting.
Yeah, we're gonna be
So you all spread the cheer all over.
We're going to be at the Municipal Auditorium on Saturday.
Okay.
What time, Sharon? 10?
No, I think it opens at 8 or 9.
8 or 9. And the kids can come in and pick a toy, and the needy kids, which I think is
David's
fabulous.
Sure it is.
David's Broadcasting has done this for so many
Oh, absolutely.
years.
I remember
And they're
that.
such wonderful, caring people. And it's just a joy to work for them and do this for them and add some more toys
And so
for
you
them.
all are volunteering. They don't pay you for this. You save your own money. You're buying the toys. You're donating. And you are very selective about the toys.
Oh, yes.
And they are very well organized at Aunt Carol's living room. And really, it's very, so you can just do a quick inventory of how many tricycles, how many dolls, and all of that. And so you all really planned this.
You know, I've been blessed so much. I got a nice surprise Christmas present that I didn't think my husband would ever buy me, a Lexus. But
You've been asking for that, so you must have been pretty good this year.
So he went out and said, let's go to Macon. And I thought, well, why are we going to Macon? You know, look at cars for you. That's what I thought. Maybe he decided to buy a car himself.
Yeah.
So he surprised me and wrote a check and said, that's your Christmas present.
So Christmas morning now.
I
want
got
you
a
to
red
put
bow.
I want you to put a bow on that and remind yourself you got it early.
That's right.
That Santa didn't skip your house. You got it early.
I told him he better not buy me anything else because I don't need anything. And I don't even drive that.
Well, you deserve it. And so
it
as
just
you all
sits in the carport.
I
Ask him
know.
where mine was, but he wouldn't let me have one.
Right.
But the
Okay.
joy just giving it to the kids. I get blessed every day with a loving, caring husband. And, you know, we got a beautiful home.
And your sister is your road
Yeah,
dog.
my sister's been a lifesaver this year because I don't think I would have made it.
Oh, sure. You are.
don't think I would've
We
made
got
it.
20 more years of work to get out of you. We're not taking
Maybe
that.
if they get this
Oh.
taken care of, I'll be okay.
You're going to be fine. I know you will. Well, what we're going to do is go to our break, to our first sponsors. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park Drive, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, West Washington Street, Eufaula, and Spring Street in Warm Springs. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids. Dr. Sheikha Shaw Family Medicine, connecting your health to your future. Dr. Shaw prides herself in providing compassionate health care and establishing long-lasting relationships. Conveniently located at 2827 Warm Springs Road, Suite 3B. Call her today at 706-324-4177.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
History is important because it shows where you're coming from and where you're going. Type 2 diabetes is something that runs in my family, which means I'm at risk. In fact, 1 in 3 American adults are at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. And knowing this, if I do nothing, that family history becomes my family's future. And my family is too important to me for that. Take the risk factor assessment today at AskScreenNo.com.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing this wonderful Christmas conversation with our great friends Sharon Bunn and Carol Henderson. And this team really brings so much joy to the Chattahoochee Valley, to the sick children, to the girls in foster care, to the needy children through Davis Broadcasting, which is a historic community needy children Christmas party. And you're saving all year. You are personally sacrificing. You're taking over Aunt Carol's living room to stack up the inventory. And then when it's time, you're starting at Piedmont. You've been there already. You all went to the schools today.
Yes.
So tell me about that. You had a great story, Aunt Carol.
Oh, I tell you, it was amazing. We went in, and
And this is at daycare, pre-K.
This is the daycare.
Okay.
That's little bitty kids.
Okay.
And I said, I want to tell you a story. And they says, they looked at me like, you know. I said, we just left the North Pole at 4 o'clock this morning.
Oh, my.
And Santa said to be sure and tell everybody he's getting everything ready, and he will be here within a week.
Oh,
and I mean, they were just like,
Yeah, I've never seen such little kids just.
They were so attentive. Yes.
It was amazing.
They believed that story.
Yeah.
That
Eyes
you
got
really were
big.
on Santa's staff. Well, you look the part. I mean, you really do. And so at the end, you said it really touched you. It
one of the classes, I forget the name, it was a pre-K one, Sharon.
It's the last group.
Last group. But anyway, they looked at me I couldn't talk. I mean, it just got me. I cried. It got me so. They were so excited about it and so ready to do
They were
it.
like
Right.
4-year-olds.
right, like maybe like 4-year-olds. Yeah. And so for you to let this take over your house and to get dressed up like that, even it's very warm outside.
Really has to
And then
be
you
that.
have a hard time walking in those elf shoes. I saw that on the news. It's really worth it because it's bringing joy. It is really worth it. Yeah.
I don't know. I've lost 20 pounds in the suit.
Well, look, you might encourage other people to try that suit on if they think they can lose 20 pounds. Yeah, but your dad, you always tell the story. Your parents were givers and they loved the community. Tell us that, share that story. I always love to hear that, where your dad would put the barrel out for the other people in the
Salvation
community.
Army, yeah.
Right.
Well, people have seen that video last week, and it touched me because, you know, I'm just telling a story that had happened to me.
Right.
They said, that touched me when you told me about your daddy putting a barrel. He loved Salvation Army. He gave anything Salvation Army. So he put that barrel out, and he said, now it's time to give Teddy away. And I said, no, he still looks good. I said, keep him clean. He says, not that he's dirty. That's why we're going to give him away. He's clean. He's not nice. And it's some child that needs Teddy to get her happy or him happy. So I cried when I put him in there, and I said, you know, Daddy, I know this is going to one day show me about giving, and that you wanting, and I was like 6 years old, and you know that's devastating for a 6-year-old to lose a favorite toy. But,
Right.
But I did it, and I'm glad. I every day.
So that was one of the seeds that was sown.
And I'm
that-
so happy that Daddy put that seed in me, Mom,
and
Daddy
not
did.
being selfish, because sometimes we have so much we don't want to give to others, and if we can't give all year, at least this is a time to
of
reach
year.
out and try to bless somebody else that you really can bless. And it doesn't always take a whole lot, you know, because I was just looking at the kid where you put the little white dog and he danced all over the bed, and I'm sure that helped the mother and the child with the anxiety and the stress of being there in the hospital in the bed.
Oh, yeah, he was thrilled to death.
Yeah, that's a very serious thing. So for your parents, your mother who had grown up in the care as a ward of and Elizabeth
Shepherd
home.
The group home, and then your dad with setting the stage for the Salvation Army to give back. That's why you all do what you do. And you give back all the time. See, some people don't know you like I know you. So all you have to do, whatever you're trying to do, is call Sharon. She's the best volunteer. We know that. You've worked on other community projects, but what we do know is the people that give are always givers. Then we just, have to make sure we try to train the next generation. And that's what you told me you were going to train some more young elves.
Well, John told Carol, I preached it today in St. Paul, that Sharon brought his child, a little girl, Katie. She was a year old. He brought her down there. I bought a little elf outfit for it. Cracker Barrel was real cute. And she wore it at least 2 years, and then I bought her a little dress like mine. And so today I told her she graduated because now she's got a hat like ours.
Oh my goodness. So you are keeping that promise and training up the next generation. And that's what we have to do, because we assume that the kids, whatever they see, then they understand. But she was really young, and she just thought that you looked pretty, and she liked it.
When she was a year old, she could go to the wagon, pick them up, and take them to each child. She did a beautiful job.
So she was a helper.
She was excellent today.
Oh, she was a helper of the elves.
Yeah, she picked up all the elves.
Did she?
I hope she replaced me down there.
She was precious.
Well, you got to keep training her every year. You really have to. So when you all go for the Davis Broadcasting, what all did you buy this year, Sharon? Last year we took pictures. You had pictures. I could see everything in Aunt Carol's living room, lined up so nicely, tricycles, dolls, and everything. What did you buy this year?
Well, Frozen's back again, so I bought a lot of Frozen.
Frozen, name brand, not Dollar, which is nothing wrong with the Dollar Tree if that's all you can do, but you buy Frozen?
Frozen dolls.
Tricycles.
Tricycles.
We bought Barbie. Barbies have always been
everything Barbie.
Barbie.
They got Barbie in every career now.
Jeeps, they got them in cars, and I bought a lot of Barbies. And then I bought the little baby stroller with the dolls in it.
Oh, do kids even still play with that? Because, we always used to have that with the little tea sets.
They're excited when they push them out.
Yeah, to push the babies.
I think the kids that's not used to all this computer stuff and all that can't afford all of this, they still play with the dolls. They still love the dolls.
Right. Because a lot of kids don't have, parents can't afford all of that new technology, which that stuff is very expensive. But the traditional toys, and as far as I'm concerned, they help you with learning and creativity and things like that.
That's what we buy for the toddlers, to be able to push the buttons and learn the numbers and alphabets.
So you got some of those too? So those are teaching toys.
Right. I picked up all the trucks and all that stuff.
Oh, my
Army stuff.
A lot of Army stuff.
For the boys.
They like all that.
I do the boys and she does the girls.
Oh, okay, but that's
She's
a good
always
thing.
been a tomboy.
Yeah.
I was always a little...
Little Pris, Miss Pris.
Miss Pris.
Okay.
Miss Pris days are gone.
No, you're not. I told you, we got 20 more years of work to get out of you. But what we're going to do is take our final break, go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front line for veterans every day. welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing this great conversation with our awesome elves, Sharon Bunn and Carol Henderson. I tell you this, I look forward to this visit. This is your annual visit. And as long as we're here, I told you and Jean and Carol, I'm telling the viewers, we got 20 more years of work to get out of Sharon Bunn because this is very important work. And I can't thank you all enough and in your support of any and everything that's going to be positive for the community. And definitely it touches my heart because in my other life I was a social worker, and I know that there are a lot of children in need. We have parents that are good parents, but if you make the minimum wage,
You can't do it.
there is no money left for you to do.
You got to eat. And that's
You
the
have to
biggie.
eat. You got to have somewhere to live, utilities, and so you all kind of stand in the gap. And so when Davis donates and other folks donate, and then you all put all what you all have in, and you're buying toys for boys and girls, then you are changing lives, because that might be all some kids get.
That's right.
And so when do you start saving for this? So in January you start all over again?
About February.
Okay, give yourself 1 month off. Look, Carol, she get 1 month to be a big spender, and then you go back on your budget. So you
Well,
have a set aside
Yeah,
every month
I
for.
tried about February because, Carol and I own that house together, and some things come up. I've cut, we cut down 2 trees, and that.
And you have to pay
we
cash
share.
for that.
Yeah, we share all the expense with the trees being cut down.
Right.
So, I
Take
say-
care of little housekeeping
Yeah,
stuff, and then
so-
you go on back to the
Oh, she
project.
pleased my house. And I tell you what, I pay her, what is it, $76 is worth every penny at $50 now, huh?
75, but I went
75.
down,
Oh,
and
excuse
I don't
me.
want that
But
money.
no, but then that's more for the toys.
That's why.
That's your hustle
That's
for the
right.
toys.
So I say,
Carol,
So I'm
you
giving
know-
too.
Yeah, I
but
know
I
you
did
do.
go down to $50 because I
Uh-huh.
said, well, you're on fixed income and things have gone up, and
Right.
Gosh.
It is, and so
she
we
doesn't
know
Grocery
that.
store's what's so bad.
And the food is expensive, and that comes back to that conversation. Just think about the people. There are needy families
Right.
that are living on
I don't know how
minimum
they do it.
wage.
I don't know how
It's
to do it.
sad.
Yeah,
And it's
I
very
know how
sad,
Carol
yeah.
goes.
Even if you had one child and you were making the minimum wage, which
can't
is
do
less
it.
than $10 an hour, I mean, it's a big sacrifice. Because they have to let something go to do Christmas.
Well, I told Carol, I said, $50 is better than, and I cut it down from 2 weeks because the house is clean to every 3 weeks. So $50 every 3 weeks, and put that money to the side for the toys. So,
Right.
she's like,
So she's really, she's a part of the Christmas
I'm
club.
working for the $50, but she is giving to the
But
cause.
Carol, Sharon works all the time.
Amen.
Right. So even if it wasn't for that, that's her way of getting.
She wears me out.
Right. That's that Christmas club that she's setting aside for the kids. And so your husband Gene is a very big supporter,
Real
and
big.
he is in agreement with you taking, because that's taken from your household budget
Yeah.
to give.
Yeah, he's good about that. He's been
Yeah.
wonderful
So he's
about
very,
that.
very supportive and generous.
The
'Cause
only thing he fusses about this is, well, not this, but just fusses because I don't slow down.
well, that's true.
I go
And you really
faster
need
at
to.
Christmas.
You go too fast. And then all of those pies and cakes and all of that stuff, because remember you were making pies, you had like 100 of those, and then you had chocolate
I'll
cake
cut back.
because somebody wanted to
If you
see.
get
I
a
remember
pie,
that.
If you get a pie this year, you got to be really super special.
Well, I know I'm special. I already have mine. So, but no, some people, they never give back. And when you find people that never give back, then don't keep giving. Give to somebody else. Bless somebody else with that. Because folks take things for granted. You know, we really do take
That's very true.
good people for granted, and we don't really want to do that.
Well, Gene wants me to be around a lot longer. He don't want me to go nowhere.
And I don't want you to go no more. You got 20 more
Slow
years
down,
to do this.
slow down, slow down.
Look,
You
I
gotta
got to
slow
get it on the
down.
record. We expect you to do this 20 more years.
Well, she's going to do it, but I don't know about myself.
Carol, you
She's
know-
going to kill me.
No, she's not.
Well-
Because you and the elf and the hat. Let's see that hat before we run out of time.
Okay.
See, the kids, they love that. So at school, when you showed that, they were just mesmerized, I'm sure.
It gives me a headache.
Yeah. So at 70, you're 74.
I'm 74.
So you look forward to this.
Yes, I do.
Especially with the babies.
The babies, and also the hospital. I mean, last year the little boy that watched me, you know, standing at the door, and Sharon and Trish were inside, and he kept watching me, and I'm thinking, what is he watching me for? And he goes like this. I went in there, and he was sitting between his mother and his daddy, and he was so sick. He was just so sick. He gave me the biggest hug I've ever had. I cried after I walked away from him.
Yes, and so it's worth sweating out 20 pounds in that. No, really.
My story was at Davis Broadcasting. A little girl walked up. She's about 4 or 5, and she looked at me and she said, I know you. I said, you do? I've seen you. I said, you have? Where? She said, I saw you on the news. And she just grinned and was so happy. She said, that's so sweet of you.
Isn't that something?
For a 4-year-old to say that's so sweet of you.
See, but when the children, the love is at its purest form. It's no agendas.
Amen.
And so when you can be embraced by the children, because they usually go by the spirit. You know, see, we are more political with adults. But children, they go by your spirit. And so when they're reaching out and they show appreciation and love, then that's what it's all about. And that's what I want y'all to continue to do, because you will be the only joy for many of them.
Well, the good Lord's been good to us, so we can bless him for what all we can do.
And then pay it forward. And then you continue to do this in honor of your parents, mom and dad, who trained you to be givers and not just always takers. Because some people are parasites. All they ever want is for them. Give me, give me, give me. But when you pay it forward, then goodness, I believe that. And I'm not a preacher, don't want to be one. But I believe that goodness and mercy will follow you. I do believe that. And that's what it's really all about. So you've done the Piedmont. We're going to wrap that up. You have done the preschool, the daycare. You're going to be doing Davis Broadcasting.
And then in the kitchen.
I've got to go over to the nursing home at Phoenix City. I've been taking my dog over there for 6 months.
You told me about that.
And she asked me if I'd been an elf with Santa Claus Christmas Eve.
Oh, good. So you'll be there Christmas Eve at the nursing home and bringing your little cute puppy.
I'm losing my puppy.
Yeah, she's going to do that because I'll be in the kitchen.
I'm going to have to put her down. She's got...
she's just got too old.
Arthritis. No, she's 11 years old. She's
really?
Arthritis eating her legs.
Okay. And so she's just in pain.
It's killing me. Yeah.
Well, I thank you all so much for all that you do.
Gloria.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
We look forward to having you back again next year. 20 more years from Sharon Bunn. I might let Aunt
20
Carol
years for you too.
But anyway, and thank you all so much, including Gene. He's awesome. You all are awesome, and we thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.